Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Sex Talk with T. Graye. I have a special treat in store for you today. It is time to shine Tuesday. And I know y'all probably thinking, well, T, how does that correlate to sex? You just wait. I'm going to make it all come together for you. First things first, you guys, tonight I have a super dope special guest co host in the building. I'm so excited. The Apollo's own DJ Jess is co-hosting with me tonight. Come on in, DJ Jess.
Hey, how are you? Thanks.
I'm good. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You come through for us, so it's the least I can do is definitely come and sit and hang with you. I appreciate the offer.
Appreciate it. Look, you fresh off vacation. You got a little tan on you.
I got a lot of tan. It was really nice. The Bahamas was really good, so I'm happy to be back. After because I traveled so much, after about 5 or 6 days, I'm ready to get back.
I know that's right.
So,
I know that's right.
great
So
trip.
tonight, you guys, we have a fantastic guest in the building celebrating 30 years in comedy. And I brought his homeboy in as a surprise. So I'm going to let you, DJ, just go ahead and introduce our guest tonight and bring him on in.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to introduce you to a brother that's been in the comedy game for 30 years. We've been knowing each other for about 18, and this is one genuine brother. He always gives it to you straight, no chases. He's just a person that you love to talk to. So without further ado, let's bring him on in. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the funny man, the man of many characters, brother of mine, a friend of mine, Mr. Kenny Williams. Come on, Kenny.
You got me. You got me.
That was the best introduction on this show, I swear, if I ever heard one.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, long time no see. How are you?
Yeah, that Sunday be long, boy.
Yeah.
No, I thought it would be fantastic to bring DJ Jess in, you guys. We're going to have a good time. Now, DJ Jess, I got to tell you, he said we can't get too nasty tonight. He said we got to scale it back now.
Listen,
I'll measure it off. I'll see, and let me explain it. Let me be transparent, if you may. And this is really is on something like advice, relationships, is that you got to keep your relationships private. I think when you put everything out there, like, it's sacred. Like your relationship, be it marriage, not just because I'm a married dude, just your relationship, you shouldn't be broadcasting. Social media, you're gonna do enough. So
Right,
yeah.
right.
I agree with you. I mean, I'm in the same boat you are. And I definitely can't put this all out there, or I'd be coming to your house. Yeah.
And it is so funny. Is I like we all have the club back, so it's time that we do get filthy, but it's like it's different now because I can't control it. So maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, we gonna let that simmer at the people's feet. He said he can't
Okay.
control it, but look, I'm gonna try to keep me under control.
Okay.
So first things first, you guys. Tonight is, oh gosh, what did I name it? Time to shine.
There you go.
See, now I'm supposed to be the youngest person on this screen right now. It's been a long day. It has been a long day. It's time to shine Tuesday. So, what I wanted to get into was one, it is my guest time to shine. It's his 30th anniversary in the game. That is a big number for so many comedians when they reach that point. You guys know I just had Gerald Kelly on recently. He was doing his 30th anniversary. So they started at the same time, same city. A lot of big things happen in comedy for you when you get to that pinnacle. Tell me really quickly before we get into the nastiness, what is it that you feel like you've learned along the way? What is the biggest piece that you've taken with you in this 30-year journey?
That this is a business. You know, one of the two words we use so loosely is love and friend. right? And one of the things and it's not really a bad thing, but I had to understand it, that there's co-workers, associates, friends along this journey. You know what I mean? If you happen to be blessed to create a different relationship like Jess and I over the years, it's only like your circle gets smaller.
Mhm.
As you go on this journey, your circle is going to get real small. If you don't, then you're going to run into trouble. You know, it's humbling to do this 30 years, and this is the other thing. There's no cockiness about this. To still be relevant and still be a strong comedian is a feat with all this competition. You know what's so funny? Me and Gerald Kelly were roommates.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we were roommates. So that's when I was filthy. When I was living with
So
him,
y'all was giving the ladies a little bit of everything. You had the tall and short, dark skin option. You knock on the door 3 times if you want them tall, twice if you want them short. I get it. I get it.
I
You
was
had the game sewed up. Go
I
ahead, Jess.
I said 4 times if you want green eyes.
Yes, yes. Now I gotta know who was pulling more women back then. Was it the eyes or was it the tall with the big hands? Who was getting most of the women?
you know, and I'm gonna say this, Gerald.
I believe.
Gerald, Gerald, Gerald has a great gift to gab. And
Yes, he's a
this is
tall guy.
another thing when you've been doing it for 30 years, and also when you become some level of maturity, you're confident in yourself, right? So I know what I never been that player type of cat. Like I always knew I was the Marion dude. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So um I knew what my range is, and Gerald was the cat. He was the gift. I'll give you a quick story. He was talking to this. I can say this because he can't beat me. He- my range is too. I got a range. He was talking to this young lady, right? Kept on calling. She wouldn't call him back. She was a 911 operator, right? So me being the asshole that I am, I said, "Yo, why don't you just leave a message and say, yo, what is it got to be an emergency for you to call me back?" Why did he do that? Man, she cursed him out so.
Listen, that's messed up. I understand though. Because sometimes women, we don't want to be bothered. We
Yes.
don't want to be bothered. I
But
get
they
it.
let you know quickly when they don't want to be bothered. They can shun you in a minute.
Yes.
They,
Yes, but why is it y'all don't pick up on it though? Is
no,
it that you don't want to
I
or
agree.
you just don't see it?
A lot of times your ego won't let you want to. You know, it's like she once she get to know me, she'll give in. So you push it, you push it, and most of the time you look crazy, because it's like they ain't even noticing you, but you want
Mhm.
to notice. You know, so
Right.
yeah,
We're predators by nature. We predators by nature. We're savages. So it's like some of us are blinded, but some of us, um, on some level, get it. Like this is not the way to hunt. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But some you have to say some women like the persistency. Some
Mm.
women like that. He keep on calling me. I don't know why he keep on calling me. He just wanna, you know what I mean? Someone want the hunt. Because there's
And then
some
when you
women
stop
sitting
calling,
there.
we got a problem. Right. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So, you guys, it's time to shine Tuesday. And I know that as young fellas, you all have had an opportunity to step into the bedroom. You kind of have that feeling, it's my time to shine. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to put it down, I'm going to lay it down. You putting people to sleep. Do you still get that same feeling being older, being at the opposite end of the game? Do older dudes still have that time to shine? I'm gonna ask Jess, even though I got him in here as a
Okay.
host.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
want to
I
see
was
what
about
he
to
say
say,
real
hey,
quick.
Jess, you want to go first? But get Jess.
no, I definitely, man, definitely. I mean, being married, and you still need that. You still want that. You still your mind. still wants you to be able to go in here and act like this was the first time. You know, you mentally, you know, there's such thing as, you know, those quickies, but there's times when you mentally prepare, you know, you're ready and you going in there with a game plan. You know, the game plan may not be from A to Z. You may stop at Q, you know, but you know, you go in there with a game plan. I mean, because the thing about it is you have to take care of home. So if you're not like keeping them occupied and knowing that, you know, when it's that time to do what you do, you know, that you ain't gonna put it down, you know, you gonna get shunned, and who knows that, you know, that they could, that could make them, their eyes get caught somewhere else. So you do prepare yourself to put it down.
All right.
I think at I'm transparent. Like at 52, right? And it's so funny. This winds up showing up in my set because you're just so truthful and honest. At 52, sex is just totally different. I turned into a woman, right? No, what happened? You know how like before when I was in my 20s, like there was no foreplay. Like,
Mhm.
like when you woke up, your man was ready to go,
He's ready.
right? At
Mm-hmm.
50 now, and I don't know because your mind becomes like a computer and you've been there, done that, seen that. It's like now you need tricks, not necessarily, but you need more. Like, no, you need like that. You need intimacy now.
Yes.
You
You know what I mean?
prefer,
It
for me, I prefer the intimacy, but I mean, it can go down either way, but you definitely prefer for it to be intimacy in it.
Yes, yes. What it is. You appreciate intimacy now than you did 20 before. You didn't even care if she came off or if she got the orgasm or not. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You was like at that point. You was like this. If I get it, I get it. If she's not, tell her I'll call you when I come back. You know what I mean? So now is like different. And I know some women like this. Come on, just take it. I just want you to take it. I get that. But on our end, like a titty ain't enough at this point. You
No,
know what
you
I
need to be
mean?
warmed up. Got to be warmed up.
Yes.
That,
That
that's
like
like a
like
car
when you
wintertime. You better be careful.
yeah. And then as married dude, this cat asked me like what and I think it applies in any relationship. If you don't become creative, it's
Mm-hmm.
just going to be boring. You know what I mean? It's going to be the sex and all that. It's just going to be. It's just not going to be where it is. So it's like you have to be creative. If it's changing where you're doing it, you know what I mean? Like going away, like getaways. You know what I mean? Like yo, let's do it in the back seat. Or you know what I mean? Like it's now you got to change up. You'll be more creative at this point.
Well, I think you continue to be creative because you know you just don't want a routine. You don't want it to be like, okay, I know at 10 o'clock it's going down. You know,
Right.
you just don't want to be that predictive.
Yeah, because there's no excitement in that whatsoever. So, can anybody share the most creative thing that you've done or brought to the bedroom?
No, you want to hear? Okay. Now I'm measuring the most creative. I have to give it to my wife.
Okay.
Okay,
Why
you
you
know those pleasure, the pleasure part. Those when they go to the adult
Yes.
pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
We do the
right.
party. We get the toys. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I have to give a credit on this, right? Because they never have anything for us. Because they ain't a lot of things for us. We
Right.
with
Very true.
us,
Very true.
it's,
That's
it's
very
real
true.
simple.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to one pleasure party. She said, "I got something for you," and I was like, I thought she brought a side bitch, right? So I'm like, okay. So, um,
She could have.
and I thought I was the only one. To me and my cat, we started talking, right? Like cats get like embarrassed. Is this thing, right? It's like it's made of like gel or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes over the shaft,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it
Mm-hmm.
feels like a vagina.
Oh yes.
It
Yeah.
feels like a vagina. And she introduced it to the bedroom to the point I named it. It's called Mimi,
Oh,
right?
Mimi? What color is Mimi? Is Mimi a white girl? Mimi black girl?
No, Mimi's purple because my favorite color is purple. Right? So,
Ain't nothing wrong with that though. But that's important though. Pleasure, you guys, does not just end. It doesn't end on one person's terms. It should
yeah.
never be one-sided. And I think that you brought up such a very valid point that at these pleasure parties and these things that a lot of women attend, and a lot of us we go for fun or birthdays, girls' night out, whatever the case may be. But you're very right. When they bring these products, very rarely do you see things for the men. For years, I mean, anything more than lube and cock rings is really pretty much what you saw. But now, you know, there's so much more out there. So first, shout out to Mimi. What's up, Garen? But ladies, as you're going to these things, keep your man in mind. Don't just be selfish, and don't get me wrong. A lot of guys like to see us with our toys. They want to watch us masturbate, what have you. And that's a beautiful thing. But maybe be cognizant of what your man might like or what may turn him on. And then also be open to watching your man masturbate. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So what about you, DJ Jess? What's the most creative thing you've brought to the bedroom?
I mean, I would say, you know, different types of role playing.
Okay.
You know,
DJ Jess in the room. Okay.
house or out the house. You know, it's about role playing, you know, and keeping that spice there. You know, so we definitely get into the role playing.
And that is, you guys, I'm super transparent with my audience. They know way too much about me. That's one of my most favorite things to do in the bedroom, but it's probably the thing that I do the least. So when I get into role play, like I like for it to begin early in the day. I do want it to start outside of the house. Like I would prefer that my guy be like a stranger at the bar, and we have to actually, you know what I mean, make it from the bar to making it to the bedroom. Or T. Gray's not against getting a lab coat, y'all. Y'all know me. I'll put on the lab coat and I will be Dr. Whoever. I'll give me some little teeny glasses and a pencil skirt. I'll be Miss Crabtree, whatever it is. But I think that keeping the spice and keeping the excitement is so important. People get so caught in the mundaneness, you know, well, I got to be at work and we got the kids and the grandbabies is coming. Nah. How you think them grandbabies and them kids got there?
Hello.
Remind somebody.
Yeah.
You better remind somebody, get them kids about the bed, because a lot of parents, grandparents fall into that realm too. The kids got to be in the bed. No. Get their ass up out of here. Because then pop still need to be getting it in. Yeah. Especially when you're in the phase of life where ain't nobody getting pregnant no more. Oh, I'm showing off. I can't wait to get there. I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all the truth. I can't wait to be at non-childbearing time. I'm going to go get me an old cat. I'm going to feed him all kinds of Wheaties and pills. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time.
That's supposed to be at its best because you ain't got no worries. You just, you know, you get it in. You, like you said, you ain't got to worry about nobody coming up pregnant. So if you just like pop in like for a quickie or whatever, anywhere, ain't no repercussions.
Man, listen, I couldn't wait for menopause, right? Menopause, man, because menopause is a pause, like a period. That's it, right?
Yes.
You just got to be able to do it through night sweats, right? So once you do that, man, you all good. But at least you ain't gonna wake up and like this. Guess what? You know, like you remember those times when like you creep up in the bed and you start doing that rub and you go down there and you go, why did she bring a book to the bed? Like you feel that book, you know when you got that book, you know it's heavy. You know what I mean? So
hilarious.
No, he's exactly right. Like if you can get through the sweating period and the windows open and the cupboard kicked off and stuff like that, it's all downhill.
Yeah.
You know, but menopause is definitely a different beast than when you're having that monthly. You're different.
Hey, Jess, you like me because we do a lot of getaways and vacations, right? Man, I don't know how many times, man, it's going to happen over the course of a year. Like you get to the room, you go to the bathroom, and you see that you know what's in the wastebasket. You go, man. You know, you now your whole vacation. Now you got to do a lot of
Right.
talking. You know what I mean?
Right.
You do talking and baking. Like, you know what? We've been together for how long? Come on. These towels don't belong to us.
So let me ask, what do you think is the most important thing for a woman to know in dealing with an older cat? What kind of mindset, or what do we need to know going into the bedroom with you guys? What should we be mindful of?
Um, that he's an older dude, like, and that. See, I think so funny, and just and even though as a married dude, but we're in entertainment, I get hit on more when I'm now at this age than I was before. And I
Okay.
think it's a like I don't think might be a daddy issue, or they like the whole salt and pepper, or they like the whole maturity, like I like older dudes, what have you. So they more approach they like older dudes. So, but it's so funny that they say like, yo, that it ain't gonna be a race with us.
Mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm,
It's a very pace, and it's not that you can't, but like with cats now, like I said, it's about the intimacy now. Now I don't want you jump, and then this is the worst. I guess for us, because we once again entertained, so we're in a different type of what have
mhm,
you.
mhm,
Been there, done that, right? So after a while, like we seen the most attractive, we seen different. I've seen so many variations of my wife. I've seen the Spanish variation of my the white variation, um, the young variation. But it's one that's really attractive, the one that don't say shit, like that don't talk too much. But listen, but the but the pillow talk is something like someone asked me, "What's the youngest?" I know you married, but what's the youngest? Like, what's your cutoff? Like,
mhm.
and it's like 35, 40. I couldn't do 25,
Oh,
20.
I'm right in there. I'm right in there.
Just am I wrong? Like, and we go to clubs, and this young girl is something about the young and then I'm raising 20, 25 year old. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? So
mhm,
it's like,
mhm,
just
But the thing about it is, as you get older, you know, um, you want to be able to have a conversation. You
yes.
know, that's the biggest thing. Like one, if you are messing with a young girl and you're older dude, like once it's over, what's going to be the conversation?
Yes.
You know, what are we going to talk about?
Yes.
She probably gonna be the one want to grab her stuff and leave, and you'll be looking like, "Where you going?" You know, we can sit here and have a conversation. You know, fall asleep, maybe watch some TV. But I mean, the thing about it is, as you get older, you know, you're more for me. You know, it's more into making sure you're good because if you're good, you're gonna take care of me.
mhm.
So that's the thing with me. You know, I'm into making sure you're good because I feel that if you're good, you're definitely gonna be reciprocating to me. You know, and like Kenny said, it's not a race. It's definitely not a race. You know, it ain't gonna be no all nighter, but it ain't gonna be no race.
No, I think me, T, we was talking about it on our show. Another thing, and I remember when I was younger, I was like, what's those stretch marks? Like, what's that? Why you got extra hips? When you get 35, 40, you appreciate that. Like I remember telling I was especially on social media because a lot of these women take pictures, they do selfies, but they only do it from the neck up, right? And then when they do the 3/4, they always put their hands, they cover their hands over their bellies. And I said, I'm gonna tell you right now, you need to move that fucking hand. Like cats, men, and it's not a black man, like men, like they like the belly, they like the hips, they
Like a
like
woman.
that. Yeah, it's every man like ass. You know what I mean? So, and the hips, that's what makes you a woman, is the hips.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think you become more as you get older, you appreciate. that, you
Mm,
know. So I don't know.
I mean, you appreciate that maturity look. You don't want, you
Yes.
want the maturity look. You,
mm,
you,
mhm,
your idea at a certain age of perfection in a woman is the maturity of her body, maturity of her mind. So, when she got that little pot belly, or like he said, those extra hips, that's fine because I mean, she done been through some things. She done had some birth her kids, but she feeling good about herself. She living, you know what I mean? And you really gonna get that grown woman as
mhm.
somebody who's got this like super perfect body, and that body means more to her than actually any type of conversation you could give her or anything you could bring because that's her thing. This is she's extremely into herself,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that way that means that conversation, or it's gonna be like more like 80-20 than 50-50.
So, do you feel like that's the experience when you deal with most women who say do have the the fake breast, the fake butt, the tummy tuck, the you know what I mean? It's not to say that women who do that don't do it just to feel better about themselves. Not saying not taking nothing away from you guys, you women who are listening, okay? Because T Gray in a couple of years is on the way to doing the same shit. So not taking nothing away from that. But for the women who do that with the total mindset of what it can attain me, what it can get for me, what it can do for me. Um, how does that feel like just as a guy? Do those things feel the same? Do the titties feel the same? Ass feel the same? Is it worth the money that they're putting into it? Are you guys really doing everything that these women expect?
Go ahead, Jess.
I mean, for me, I believe that it can be good and bad. It can be good in the sense that, of course, it makes you feel good, you look good, but it can also be a curse and bad in the sense that a lot of times, if you watch some of these women that are on, their pages, it just with the pictures and the things they do, they just look so obsessed with themselves,
Mm-hmm.
that you'll see them and then you'll come across them later, months later, a year later, and they're still posting the same thing, because the only thing that they're attracting is their self, you know, and it can work against them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing this for yourself, or are you doing this? What's the reason you're doing it for? That's a big question.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it becomes like, and I when they do the plastic surgery, that's why it's so much, or they do liposuction or bands, or they shrinking their stomach. It's a lot of psychological therapy that comes along with that. Like, why are you doing this? And once you do it, it's not reversible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is so it is it attraction? It's gotta be. Like
Exactly.
these strip clubs would be closed if it wasn't, right? So my whole thing, I think, for any man, like, if you're doing it to hide something and some low self-esteem, it's like that's when you go, it's a turn off.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, we visual. You know what I mean? If you get the tummy tuck, and it's not, and that's what I say we like the hips, what have you. But if you get it done, ain't no man going like this, man. I don't. She got extra. She got extra. You know, no, ain't no man doing them tips. Do not come back in his pocket. They let it rain on it. But
Unless it's
it
Usher. Okay.
yeah,
Usher made it rain with his own money.
yeah.
He was like, coming to America. When I say he got his own money, he got his own
But
money.
I'm gonna say this. This is why it's two things I wanted to bring up with that. That's why, like, I always tell cats, man, when you go in this virtual, you look at pitch, like you go to a girl's IG or her social page or whatever. If all those pictures are predominantly her, is a problem. Like, if it ain't some affirmation quotes or picture of her kids or something variations on that, that's what social media is. It's social, what have you. But if 80% of those pictures are her, it's something, it's something not going wrong. I think, and I'm gonna say this: the one biggest attraction about my wife is she got this confidence and like her sense of humor,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, and I don't know if it's us being married so long, like the conversation. Like we was it was a couple of weeks or whatever, right? I said this our shit is getting so fucking real, like the conversation. She went like this, you want some more? You want to go another round? Cause I got to take a shit, right? Cause I'll take a shower. I mean, if you want some more, let me know. Cause I'm like, what? What? Like,
That comes in time, man, because you're right. Like when you get to a certain age, it's just like, you can have a blooper in the middle of your sex at a certain
Yeah.
age, and you laugh it off,
yes,
and you get right back to doing what you're doing, or you be like,
yes,
you have a conversation about it, and then you get back to it. But like now, bloopers are just funny as hell. You be like, yo, that was crazy as shit.
yes.
Laugh about it, and then it's on.
Yes, humor definitely deserves a place in the bedroom. Um, I don't know too many people who can kind of operate without it. I was having a discussion one time with a comedian. He was like, "Well, that's the one place I don't want to be funny." I'm like, "Nah, nigga, you done some funny shit in the bedroom.
Yes.
You can't,
Yes.
you can't tell me, ain't you ain't never cracked a joke in there, ain't never laughed, you never
Yeah.
farted. Like what? Come on now."
No.
Shit, done it that much. Shit happen. Things happen.
Right.
Yes.
You've been in a situation where every situation just flows.
Mm-hmm.
Don't happen.
That,
Right.
that,
It's
that,
not natural.
And you
that's why. That's why. That's why. Like you talking about older men, younger dudes love cougars. Like the cougars, because cougars are been there, done that. So they don't have any like reservations or like I can't do this. He gonna think I'm a hoe or anything like that. They're like this. I need you to take it out because I want you to do some things to me. They're
Mhm.
more verbal because at that when women get to that age, you're like this. Come on, we don't got no time to be playing around. You know what I mean? And that's what you need in the bedroom. That's
Mhm.
what makes the best sex is when everyone can keep their guard down. And
Yes.
you can be you, and
Yes.
you can, if you're not about your body
Mhm.
or it's shit is gonna happen when you buck naked. I don't care what I don't you. That's why when guys go, yo, I can't be. Come on, taking off your clothes, like it's certain things, and your penis is never like on some superhero. Sometimes he fall asleep on the job, right? So you know what I mean? And that so when you ask about older dudes, man, listen.
I mean,
That's
That is crazy.
no, but when you get older, man, it's just less worry because
yeah.
especially when you're married, your confidence is there. You guys know each other to another level, so it's just like, you know, you talk about anything and everything. Some stuff is spontaneous. Some stuff is like I said, role play, pre-planned. It's a fun life for
Yeah.
me. And for,
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, you guys. Nothing wrong with that. So the biggest thing that you maybe would say or think is the difference between single sex is married and married sex would be the connection that's there.
Yes.
I would definitely say it's the connection, but the difference is, you really don't have to, you know, prepare for it. Like you ain't gotta like, okay, do I want to take her out on Friday or Saturday? Or if you're single, do I want to date 3 times this week or 4 times a week?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how much money you're gonna need to spend? Because when you're single date, that stuff ain't free. It
Oh,
ain't
I
okay.
know.
You gotta prepare to go out, and you're still hoping when you go out. There's a lot that comes with that. When you're married, it's part of the daily routine. It's part of what.
So what about the older dudes that are running around with two, three, four, five chicks? Do you think there's any level of envy there from the married man looking at the old man who's still out here chasing a lot of tail? I feel like that's a lot of work.
That's too much work.
That's
It's a lot of
yeah.
work.
I just, and I guess because once again, like me, when you in this, when you're in this entertainment, why I keep on bringing up this point, we're in the dating situation, because what do you do on dates? You go out to entertainment. So
Mhm.
we're always in clubs and bars,
Mhm.
so we see it. So we see the cat, and that one of my biggest joke is like, the reason I got married, because I don't want to be the 65-year-old dude, going like this. Which one of y'all chicks want to help me spend my disability check? Right? I got Social Security coming in. Like, it's I think at some point, like, in and I hate to say getting older, at some point, like, that becomes old.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I'm not saying that every man or every woman is supposed to get married. Not everyone is built for it,
Right.
right?
Right.
But it's still a certain way of how you carry yourself as an adult, right? Like, I'm gonna go to this one or go to that one. Like, I never envy that. No.
And the
Mhm.
other thing about that is me, you know, even though we do shows all over the country, all over the world, and I play, they do comedy, I never wanted to be part of a circles conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Ladies talk just like fellas talk. You know what I mean? And if I done been to all these spots and this circle was that small and I done knocked off a few of them, or, I tried to get with them and it didn't work, and we had a bad encounter, I don't want that in there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's so, especially as I get older, I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be part of any conversation.
Mhm.
You know, I'd rather for them to be looking at me with their mind wondering what if than to be, I did this. The what if, I like that part of it
Mm-hmm.
because people love to uh, fantasize about what they can't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know there's plenty of conversation, whether it's Kenny, myself, or any other out there wondering, wow, why is she the chosen one? I'd love for you to keep thinking like that because she's the chosen one.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
holding it down and I'm good.
Yeah.
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 You know,
Yeah.
that's
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
but I don't feel like I'm because I had my fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Funny thing about having your fun is, I can only speak for myself. It gets old quick.
Yeah.
It gets old quick because you learn whether you're a person for a relationship or you're a player really quick. You
Yes.
know? And for me, I had my fun, but that's not me
Yeah.
because there's no real substance. And after a while, you need substance.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I love the security of coming home to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is you is once again, like, I'm not campaigning for guys to go, you need to get, no, I'm not saying that. It's like Jess and I can talk about it. It's like this. It's sometimes you put that key in the door and in a tear rolled down your eye because you know there was going to be an argument or something that was going on, right?
Mhm.
But it's something that keeps you opening the door to go in, like, instead of sitting in the car for an hour or two, whatever the case may be. It's so, but it's just something like, because I guess because I came from that environment. Like, um my parents, like, I seen long term marriage. Maybe that's sort of a difference, and I seen what it looks like at the end of your life. At the end of life is just you, right? Unless you this Malcolm X, Martin Luther King guy, and you going around and you saving lives. Man, to go at the end of the day and go home and have 1,000 cats or 3 dogs. That's mm,
Yeah. No, no, he's definitely.
Do you want to wrap yourself up in it like a blanket? That's beautiful. Wrap myself up in this. Oh, look at this mortgage, house slippers. Ooh, grandbaby, feel good. Feels
Yo,
good.
tell you, and with today's like social media, it's scary to be dating out there because
woo,
somebody can expose you, and
Yes.
they want, and that for a cat like myself, older, that just don't fly with me, because as you get older, the least thing you want, is to have to stress about a situation like that, or having bad press or anything like that, because you're just trying to live your life in a real smooth way at a certain age.
Ain't y'all glad that y'all came up in the age of people weren't really videotaping folks?
Oh man, like
Man,
I wasn't always the nicest cat, so definitely.
so I'm gonna go
yeah,
ahead and look. I will tell you guys because you guys don't know this, but if I ever get famous, large, whatever the case may be, if you see me on a national platform and somebody comes out and says, "Hey, I got this sex tape of T. Graye," all I want y'all to know is I put it down like a mug in that tape. Okay? I put it down. I put it down. I want you to watch the tape, and I want you to be like, "Look how T. Graye took that dick like a champ." Yes, she did. Like,
that's gotta be the worst a sex tape that has you go like this. Let me explain. Let me.
but you know what though? I think people get so caught up in, I guess, what could come out about us. You know what I mean? We do these things either in relationships or situationships, whatever the case may be, where we're in a situation where we're trusting of our partner, and then y'all break up and now they mad. So it does happen, and it's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that people not only use the sex as a weapon, because I feel like at that point, then you're now weaponizing it. I've had a comedian on when I first started this show, and she's local to the DC area. She was in a long-term relationship, and the man ended up sending her sex tape to her job. She worked for the government, and he sent it out to her boss, her coworkers, stuff like that. Like, I feel like people really just go too far. You know what I mean? But so that's why I say I know you guys are kind of happy I came up in a time where it really ain't no tape.
So,
You don't even know what I did for you. You just heard about it. But now it's like, here's this footage. Here it is on my phone. Here it is. I'm going to post it real fast. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it there. It's on YouTube. Like, that's crazy.
it is. And I'm glad we don't have to worry about that, because it's a sad case with that, yo. And I mean, and thing about it is, you can let people down easy and they could take it personally. So you never know when they're trying to strike at you. You know, not to have to worry about that. I thank God every day for my wife. Thank you.
And even text can be confusing. Like, you could read a text wrong.
Yes.
Like, if someone take a beat too long to respond back and go like this, then it's over. Then I guess it's over. It's like, so this, and but I also say, like, what's could be scary what people do, and they feel like is showing love, is to constantly post whatever you're doing on your relationships. That's why I said, let me be transparent. Like, me and my wife coming up on 15 years, right? So
congratulations.
Thank you. And we don't grab, if you see any pictures of us, it's just that we happen to do a lot of things together. You know what I mean? We like to do cruises, and we're more group people. We the cookout type of people. But we're not sitting there going, come on, take a picture,
Right.
and just grab it. And I think people that do that, now you're creating a reality show. And people that are in reality show relationships, they never last long. Because now you're bringing all these people, all that energy into your relationship, which is supposed to be private. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what's scary about. And I don't want to come off like great uncle and go, this social media.
Oh, I hadn't even brought out my great aunt yet. I hadn't even brought out my great aunt yet.
I was and it was a real and I'm just talking with her, I'm like this. Yeah, I said my niece, she had a baby just recently, and then I said I don't believe I'm a great uncle, and it slipped out. I'm almost trying to grab it as soon as I said it. She said, great uncle. I said, watch your mouth.
Right, great aunt. You don't even know. One day you're gonna be just walking down the street, minding your business, and you're gonna hear somebody holler that. You're gonna know it's me. You're gonna know it's me. Right up.
Now, let me tell you, I had a situation, yo. Let me tell you, this is the funniest shit, right? Like I said, I was never always the same, right? So I'm sitting in the IHOP with the family, me, my wife, my niece, her friends, right? And I'm sitting there and we eating and breakfast, just got the food, yo. Two old ladies sitting next to we joking with them. I'm eating. All of a sudden, you hear, "Hey, Daddy." Now I know my kid's voice. Yo, what the fuck is he talking about? He come up, "It's me." I'm like, "Me? What you talking?" Right? My wife is looking at me. He's looking at me. My niece is looking at me. I'm the center of the whole restaurant, right? They trying to figure out how this gonna play out. One of my son's friends, who they call him up, they called me Pop. He ain't say Pop. He said, "Hey, Daddy." Man, so in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, he looks like he's about maybe like I'm going through.
You doing the math like a mud.
You're gonna flashback like this. Hold up. I know wait, hold up. It was Diane, Mary. You start sounding like a DMX. They were Sharon, Tisha, Latoya, Rhonda, Donna, Rwanda.
Me, yo. So I look at him, I'm like, hell no. He said, "It's me, Mike's friend." So now I'm like, whoo, right? It hit me so hard. I didn't want to eat no more. I was like, "Pack this up, we leaving." I look at that like, really?
You gotta sit there and think about that you busted 30 years ago. Hold on now. Somebody check the stats.
But now you call my name. I'm looking like, hold up. But
so, let me ask you this. Just echoing with that story, have there been any sexual regrets along the way?
Oh yeah. There was Rhonda. There was Keisha.
It's called baby. It's called baby mama.
I was there.
It's called baby mama. But the beauty that comes out of the baby mama is that you have a beautiful daughter. So yeah, you go, wow.
I mean, you don't have encounters, man, where you sit back and you just be like, wow, really? You'll look in the mirror and question yourself, like, really? And then and your mental, you'll try to erase it, like that didn't happen. That did not happen. I mean, I freaking ran into this person. I slept with her, but we dated, and I didn't even remember her. And she came to me at an event, and I swear she it was a quick conversation, but when she walked away like she was so offended. And I'm like, oh man, that wasn't good. But yeah, I mean, everything ain't worth remembering. Many things that you try to forget.
Yeah.
So I was at a comedy show one time. I'm at the comedy show all the time. But I'm not going to say the comedian's name because that would be inappropriate. But this particular comedian, in one of his jokes, he says, is anybody going to come backstage and give me some head? So at the end of the show, it's a long line of women, and I'm not exaggerating when I say it. Long line of women at the green room door waiting on this guy.
Wow.
First, let me say the guy's not attractive. Okay.
That was going to be my question. Was he an attractive?
Nah, because an attractive dude wouldn't have to make that announcement in joke or otherwise. Let's just keep that real. But the women that was lined up wasn't attractive neither. What's about to happen here? I mean, first though, I don't know how many different animal prints you can make. And y'all, I'm not dissing the bullshit, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, if you 300 plus, I want you to scale down on how many animals you wear at one time. These women was off the chain. And I kept thinking to myself, they about to go back here and make an ugly baby. Ugly baby. Like, I wonder, does that comedian or anybody else in entertainment who entertains women or men or whatever the case after these shows, like, do you wake up the next morning and be like, oh dang, I shouldn't have done that? Or do you get some head from an ugly brown, you just close your eyes the whole time and hope it's all right? Like I don't get that. I feel like sometimes these encounters will have you almost swimming in regret at some point. And don't get me wrong, everybody like to have their numbers up. I'm not knocking none of you fellas that do. I'm not knocking none of you women that do. But if you're gonna have your numbers up, at least have some decent looking people
Yeah.
lined up at your green rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, he looked like he was opening the zoo for the first day. Like it's grand opening. I said, oh, you got the rhinoceros out here, the giraffes, you got all the hippopotamus.
One good thing, and once again, um, we're not saints out here, but I think that when I say get old, when I say as get older, you get it. Like I was able to get it early. Like
Mhm,
that's why a lot of these athletes get caught up. You know what I mean? Our level of temptation is at a different. We ain't the mailroom dude. Like we 9 to 5. We're introduced to hundreds of women, and we're just at this level. We ain't even at where these guys, like as far as athletes, were used on an ongoing basis, seeing thousands of women.
mhm,
But it's
mhm,
the same. It's the same principle. Where it's like you're seeing women at their best. Because when they're going at clubs, they're going at bars, they ain't going like they're going doing laundry. They getting their makeup, they got their hair done, what have you. So that level of temptation, but I'm glad I was able to be at this point. That's why I don't get crazy alcoholic because that changes everything.
mm.
Alcohol and drugs change everything. That's when you don't care if it's light or dark, you have waken up with farm animals, right? Where you going? Wait a minute, like, um, this needs to stop. Not the drinking and drugging, me sleeping.
The farm animal part.
Yes, I'm sleeping
Still
with a
take and use these drugs, but
yes, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping with a Disney character, right? And so you going like this. What is? But I. That's that level of love maturity. That's
mhm,
that level of like, cats go. Ken, you were married? No, we the same dudes. I'm not better than you. I'm
mhm,
just domesticated. I'm
mhm,
disciplined. Like I
mhm.
was, I got it. Like, cause you get caught up, and women's energy is crazy. Y'all have this ability to have. This is why, from wars have started because of women. Like, racial tension has started because of women,
Mhm.
right? And I'm not blaming you, but this is how powerful. Like you get caught up, you doing things like there was that slave that came out going like, I need to sleep with master, master's wife. And that all that's how strong you gonna risk your life. Many men have risked their lives dealing with this. So you got it's some discipline. It's gotta be some like, I can't get caught up. If I get caught up, I'm gonna lose all this.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, is I think Jess and I have like it ain't just getting old. Like cats go, well, y'all 50. No, bro. It ain't no 50. It's like that's why cats like this. So, you had a father. No, bro. Like there's many guys that grew up with
yeah.
fathers that had positive men and still made these dummy decisions, what have you. It comes back to you. It comes back to you like, I don't want this. I don't want 15 baby mamas. I don't want a tribe of kids because I can make kids and I can't dedicate my time to any of these kids.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So at some point, we gotta honor this child that we have. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you gotta marry your baby mama and stay with her for the rest of your life, but you can't spread your time with 20 having 10, 15 kids. That's impossible.
Right, right,
Uh,
right.
The only way you're gonna do that is if you
Your sound went out, babe. We can't hear you, Jess.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my phone started ringing. I said the only way you're gonna do that, man, if you're an athlete and they get to watch you on TV. That's the only way you're gonna get to do that. Because like you said,
Yeah. Yeah.
once you get past a certain number and they're not in your house, there's not enough time in the day.
No.
No,
Right.
they're gonna appreciate the time you try to give to them, but there's not enough time in the day when you got that many kids spread it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and it's not fair. It's not
No.
fair. And
Mm-mm.
me, I'm a hands-on dad. I'm a super hands-on dad. My kids are well, they're grown now, but they were priority to me. And I feel the same way about my grandkids. So, I love that time. I'm in a different place. I mean, I've been in a different place for a while now, but it's just where I'm at, great spot, great space, great space. I wouldn't change anything.
Okay, so last thing, I'm going to allow each of you to give this. We're going to do your best piece of sex advice. It could be just in general, it could be for the men, for the women. It could be because we just had a pandemic and people out here just fucking anything. But I'm going to start with you, Jess. Your best piece of sex advice.
I mean, my best piece of sex advice: a few things. One, practice safe sex.
Mhm.
That's number one on top. Is practice safe sex. And if you are, going to get involved, pleasure her and she will pleasure you. You know, pleasure her and she will pleasure you. It's a give and take. And through my experience, I find that when you give well, you'll receive well. So you know, go out there and make it do what it do.
That's very true. Very true. All right, now you guys put your condoms on. Okay. Okay. You please her, she will please you. Now, if you
Yes.
didn't get it, I want you to watch it again. If you please her, God damn it, she's gonna take care of you.
Yes.
Okay, that's a word. Okay,
Huh?
that's a word. Me first.
But just to piggyback, Jess, like for women and for men, and men go like this. What do you mean? You got to create a safe space,
Mhm.
right? One of the things, um, with my son, and I call him my son. I came into his life when he was 7, 8 years old. Right now, he's in the house doing what he does. Right. Um, when he was like 15, 16 years old, right, I found a lifestyle condom. That's when I knew I had to have this conversation. I know he was doing it before,
Mhm.
right? But I was like, yo, don't disrespect the house, man. This ain't a hotel, right? So then fast forward, I go in my bathroom, I see a magnum condom in the bathroom. I said, you are not gonna come in this house and disrespect me. I'm sitting here giving your mother regular. I'm giving your mother regular, and you're gonna come in here with this magnum. But the reason I said to him, I said, I know you at that age. I'm allowing you to do it because I want you to have this safe space. So no, I don't want you doing it in the hotel or doing it this and she crying this and crying that, what have you. You're in a safe space. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you're doing. It's not a young thing, it's an old thing or whatever. It's like now, and have a sense of humor with it.
Mhm.
People get away from it. I think people a lot of times they say with comedians, man, you a comedian, you make your wife laugh. I said, no, it's a difference. Like I have the ability to make people laugh. That's a skill. I've been blessed. I'm thankful. But a sense of humor is totally different.
Mhm.
There's a lot of comedians that just can't laugh at themselves and laugh at situations and laugh at traumatic things that go on. That's a sense of humor. Being able to make 1,000 people laugh is just something totally different. But having a sense of humor is always going to have a better situation and better sex.
Well, there you have it, you guys. Gotta have your humor in the bedroom. Have better sex. Gotta have protection. Take care of her, and she'll take care of you. I am just so excited that I was able to have you fellas on. Happy anniversary, you guys, to
Thank
comedian
you.
Kenny Williams. 30 years in the game, doing this thing. I'm one. I hop in on their show, you guys, every once in a while, and I was just on. So I wanted to just tell you guys while we live, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to come into you all show. If you all have not seen it, Back to the Essence is on Sundays, 3 p.m. It's live on Facebook through Marlon Randolph's page. That's their other host on the show. If you all haven't seen it, you're definitely missing a treat. Some of the best comedians in the country, and they're talking about real life. They're not talking about just the mundane. They're talking about their beginning, their middle, their end, their families. It's a fantastic show. So I appreciate you all allowing me to be a part of it. I was just on there with my comedy crush, Rudy Rush. I was saying,
We you added a
Oh,
track.
she came out of character. She's like this. I just want to know why you did their show
I
before
did.
you did mine.
I did for just a second. That's what it give me goosebumps, guys. He don't even know.
Mm.
He don't even know. Woo, that's my type.
That's so funny.
Don't tell him.
Okay, I won't.
Don't tell
And
him.
me and him supposed to be. I can't wait to see him. I'm in Atlanta with him this weekend, so that's going to be the first piece of conversation.
You're not gonna tell on you. Okay, we just agreed on this show. You're not gonna say nothing.
Okay.
You know,
Sorry.
can't hold water.
Men talk more than women. I already know. I already know. So first things first, Apollo's own DJ Jess came and co-hosted with me, y'all.
Thank you, brother, man. That was you got me with a surprise. That was good, and it gave me this comfort. Thank you. It was good to see my brother.
I know you needed that.
It was last minute, but I'm glad I was able to fit it in. Once I leave here, guys, come on over. I'm about to do the wind down mix on my Facebook page, Grown Folks Lounge 2020. We're gonna get it in to celebrating Al Green and People Bryson's birthday today.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
So
combination.
have a little grown and sexy time over there.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, hey, y'all better get to it. Y'all better get to it and make sure that you all are also following these gentlemen to keep up on everything that they're doing. Really quickly, Kenny, if you could give your social media information.
That's you, Kenny. You.
Oh, sorry.
You.
I didn't. No, yeah, I didn't hear it. It came in a delay. You can follow me IG and Twitter, Kenny Will Comedy, and on Facebook is Kenny Williams. Just look for the very beautiful face.
The very beautiful. Got it. Right, okay, and DJ Jess, how can they follow you?
You can catch me on all social media sites at Apollo_DJ Jess, or visit my group, Grown Folks 2020 on Facebook. Got some great events coming up. As they said, I team up with Back to the Essence crew, Kenny Williams, Marlon, Randolph. We just got a whole array of stuff coming up. So keep following us. But most of all, keep following T. Graye right there, because T. Graye will give it to you straight with no chaser. And as you can see, she had the grown men on tonight, and we thank you for having us, and it was such a pleasure. But before I go, my anniversary is Monday, so I got to say happy birthday. Happy anniversary, my beautiful wife, Miss LA. Thank you for 10.
Hey, happy
Yeah,
anniversary
blessing, brother.
to you guys. How many years is it?
10.
Yeah,
Oh, y'all still
blessing.
new.
Yeah.
What are y'all still in there role playing and shit? Y'all still new.
Hey, we acted like it. Damn.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, you guys, I will be right back here next Tuesday with another fantastic guest for you all. This is Sex Talk with T. Graham, WEMS Radio. And if you guys want to get some merch, you want to see what's going on with your girl, www.sextalkwithtgray.com. I'm also doing free sex advice for 30 days. After that, I'm hitting them pockets. But if you need a one-on-one consultation, if you need to elevate your sex life, if you having some issues, concerns, what have you, and you need to talk about it, hit me up on my website. I'm doing free sex advice for 30 days. And I will see you all again. Make sure you all are following me at the love below _sex talk with T Graye. That's a lot. Bye bye.